Church. For some of us, it's just a weekly 2-hour slot on the calendar. For others, it's a building you pass by on the highway. But for me, it's my life. My refuge. My joy.
Happy birthday to you. It's your breath.
And for those like me, it's at some point in your life that these questions begin to linger. Why is church life the way it is? Why do we believe the things we believe? Or even more simply, how did we even get here? I guess there's only one way to find out. Hold up, no. What's the fun of that, man?
Dublin! First things first, I gotta hear an Irishman. Love their accent. You want to give a shout out? Shout out to my American friends. Shout
out to the American friends.
Yeah, bro. Alright, you'll be in my video, alright?
Yeah.
Go follow me out. Yeah, bro. Take care, bro. Alright. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah, no idea what they just said. Whatever it was, we definitely were not in New Jersey anymore. We were ready for the adventure of our lives. An adventure back in time. The year is 595, and here sits an ancient church. In fact, the oldest one in the English-speaking world. And it's here in Kent that the overlord of the Anglo-Saxons, King Ethelbert, a pagan ruler, marries a Frankish princess, Bertha, a Christian. The king gives St. Martin's to her wife to use for private worship. But things don't remain private much longer. Influenced by the Christian queen, Pope Gregory sends Augustine to head the mission to the Anglo-Saxon world. And a few years later, the queen convinces the king himself to be baptized as a Christian. And soon, the English world was set on fire, never to look the same again. In 597, the king donates a plot of land to Augustine, on which he soon builds an abbey, later named after him. St. Augustine's, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And in that same year, just looming over the horizon, found one of the ancient human marvels of history. The Canterbury Cathedral. It's a quaint old town we're in, dotted with looming limestone buildings. And decorative medieval architecture. It's Oxford. And here, at its prestigious namesake university, arrives an ambitious student from Yorkshire, England. John Wyclif. Studying to be a priest, his peerless intellect soon ascends him up the ranks, where he soon becomes master of Balliol College and a seminary professor at Oxford, becoming the foremost theologian and philosopher in arguably all of England. It seemed all the stars were aligning for his rite of passage into the elite class of the clergy. But Providence had other plans. Wyclif, in his study of the scriptures, was apprehended by the very words he read, truths which betrayed the very institutions that bred him. He decried the church's seizure of wealth and private property, and attacked the extra-biblical teachings of indulgences and private confession. He had then begun a translation of the Bible from the Latin into the commoner's language, English, making the scriptures now accessible to all. Such was the conviction of Wyclif, who championed the Word of God as the foundation and authority over the Christian, not the papacy or any human institution. wrath of the powers that be burned against the dissenters, relentless. But so were those who overcame, though often at great cost.